Yeah, guys, welcome back to another week of weekly recap and reflection. And I hope you guys had a profitable week. And if not, next week is there. There's massive opportunity in the market for us to take. We should operate from level of abundance and not level of scarcity, because when we start to operate from level of scarcity, we start to chase trade without we start to do all those things, right? So but when you have the mindset that, bro, another opportunity is coming, even though I don't get the kind of entry I'm looking for, another one is coming. But that mindset will only work when you have a good edge. But if you don't have a good edge and you've backtested and you've seen it, you're gonna know that if you should lose a trade or miss a win, you might take another four losses before you have another win. Do you get what I mean? And it's even at that you can still operate to level of abundance, but like you just have to, but it's more harder. Yeah. So yeah. I only took three trades for this week. This week was kind of slow. I didn't see a lot of opportunities in the market, and yeah, I didn't see a lot of opportunities in the market. So I only took three trades, and before I even go into the video, so from next week, I'm doing some refinements to my entry model, because like the kind of way I enter trades now is more of the ideology of continuation, not continuation. Like I have to be on the chart to place a trade, because I'm waiting for, let's say, a break of a structure and then enter, that kind of thing. But now I just want to like refine it to, okay, setting sell limits or buy limits. Do you get what I mean? And just to be more relaxed, follow my plan, just set limits, buy limits, and just leave the market to do its thing. And if it doesn't trigger me out, we move on to the next. Do you get what I mean? If it doesn't trigger me or even miss me by a peep, you move on to the next. Those kind of issues that can wanna tempt your psychology, that kind of thing, right? So yeah, that's just where I'm heading towards right now, and yeah, let's get into this week. So let me click on the beforehand of the trade. Okay, so as you guys can see, if you watch, you want to I made an annotation of 30 minutes FVG. Of course, that's not the only conferences I look for. And so for this trade now, there's something that was actually, for some reason, right? For some reason, the trade was actually a very good setup. When I was, analyzing, of course, it's gonna be a good setup. And if you come back to trading view, this was the trade right here. It smashed stop loss, right? And it was a buyer's mistake I did. And it was a buyer's mistake I did, because in the far time frame, you kind of have something like this. And I have to be quick with this video, not gonna lie. We had if favorable gap in the far time frame that price reacted to. So I was thinking that price is gonna get to this high, but if when I took the loss and I went to the lower time frame, when I went to 1 hour time frame, I figured out that, okay, price was starting to make to change structure. Do you understand? Change of character or something like that. Price was starting to change structure, but not yet fully in alignment with the 4 hour, right? So I kind of got caught up in the change, in the disrespecting of the other flow of the bullishness. So yeah, that was this first trade. And going on to the second trade, I don't just want to talk too much when I'm um giving analysis on my trade, because at the end of the day, we all have different strategies. So let me just go straight to the point. um so this was the aftermath of the trade. As you guys can see, we took an L, stop loss hit, and it was actually a very fast stop loss. And When I was online, I saw a lot of people that I saw a lot of people also took buys. I'm like, why? Because at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to understand, because the way me I treat basically is kind of like I don't want to say off. Do you get what I mean? Off to how a lot of people trade. Do you get what I mean? So then I saw a lot of people buying also. I'm like, why are these people buying? What they see? Do you get what I mean? So like, and we all chop stop. We all chop dollars. We all chop So going to the next trade, right? Let me go over to my profitable journal. Going over to the next trade. Now, this next trade, this next trade that I took was more of like, okay. Let me come over to trading view and look over to the next trade I took. Should be a long position. Okay, so now as you guys can see, if you guys watch the other flow that's currently going on right now, you see that the market has actually changed structure, right? Market has actually changed structure, and I'm still looking for buys. Now, the reason I was looking for buys was basically very simple. Uh, if you go over to the daily time frame, which I want to be going because of time, we kind of had price was already at a zero point 0.5. Now, price was at 0.5, but I told myself that okay, I'm gonna start looking for buys when price got to 0.6. But I think I forgot. I think the night before, when I took this loss, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start looking for buys, because of course when this loss happened, I kind of saw that okay, market has changed structure. Then I was like, I'm gonna wait for price to get to the discount level of the daily before I start looking for buys. But price got to 0.5, then I mistook it for the discount. Do you get what I mean? That was just the logic behind the reason why I took this loss. And not like maybe I intentionally like maybe FOMO, fear of missing out on the buy move, right? But more of like I should have waited for price to get into the zero point 0.6 zone, right? And there was also a 4 hour support. Yeah, there was a 4 hour order block that triggered this move. And if you guys watch also, you see that this news just came to take out this low right here and spiked up and confirmed the will I say change of structure, because price has actually gotten into the zero point 0.6 discount level, right? Or no, what am I saying? Price didn't, okay, this was when price got to the zero point 0.6 discount level of the daily actually. um so right now, let's go to the third trade I took for the week. So the first trade, I would say I made some mistakes also, right? I would say made some mistakes. The second trade, I also made mistake. Now the third trade, now did I make mis? Am I saying I made mistake because I took loss? No, I actually made mistake. So now okay, let me first come to the aftermath right here on my journal on the third trade. Okay, so this was the aftermath of the trade. Price was just consolidating, and then price stopped me out. Yada yada yada. So yeah, that was it. And complete set and forget throughout this week, of course. So the third trade was actually what recovered me for the week, right? So this was the third trade. Like I said, okay, let me come to the um okay, it was a short right there, and as you guys can see, I so my bias was just simply that okay, market is bearish. I ignored the spike that happened, right? So that I won't confuse myself with that kind of shit. And if you get to the discount level, right? So when price was just heading to discount level, okay, I looked for sales, and my reason for selling was basically no, not that much, right? I just followed through. Not gonna lie, I saw my setup. I saw my basically, yeah, I saw my COT, right? And so I saw my setup. So I was just waiting patiently. Okay, we're in a downtrend. Market hasn't really got into that 0.6 level, and yeah, and I took the sell. I waited for my pattern, waited for this break of counter, this mini counter trend line break right here. And at the break, that was when I took the sell, and my stop loss was just right above this lower high, right? And I was targeting 103 as usual, you know, yeah, 103, 103.17 because, like I said, I'm at M25. I have to put it because I was even risking lesser than $25 on this trade, right? And we got hit at $74 exactly. I don't know why, but I placed the TP to be at $75, which recovered the two losses and put me in 1 hour for the week, right? And yeah, that was the three trades I took. And if you guys watch, market should start heading up. Market should start heading up. Market should start heading up, and yeah. But yeah, that's the three trades I took for this week. Okay, let me also come to the profitable journal to show you guys um, the aftermath of this exact setup. Okay, so as you guys can see, this was the aftermath of the trade right there. So as you guys can see right here, this first one I rigged $32 actually. But this first, it was a mistake on my end, and the second one, $21 and $74, and I'm gonna put in the screenshot right here and probably my dashboard. So this week was slow, very slow, and I could have done better, of course. Could have done way better for this week, and probably have added to this win and not taking a loss right here, especially on the second trade, because that was when I had a confirmation. Okay, we're no longer in it, but I made a mistake of 0.5, right? But and if we come to the calendar view, so basically I've exited with profits basically for since the beginning of this particular journal, and yeah, that's why it's called the profitable journal. So yeah, but I've come out with profit for the week, but I've made crazy mistakes, right? But I'm improving with the mistakes I'm making, and let's see how it pans out. Yeah, that's just it. Let's keep on improving. So this was the first week, second week, third week, and yeah, let's just keep on going and improving on ourselves. It all comes down back to you being able to manage the downside, right? Because trading is kind of like a number game. Because whether we like it, even though you have a 100% winning strategy, you're still gonna make mistakes, and that's literally what risk management, only being patient, all these things are for, right? So yeah, this was the week. It was profitable. Came out with 1 hour, and yeah, and also from next week it's gonna be in form of, I'm not using a fixed RR, but I'm gonna be using a minimal RR, which is 1 to 3. I've made some tweaks. I've realized, okay, this is what I should be targeting for my take profit and not having a fixed RR like I do. And yeah, I'm gonna come back next week, do our shit, learn from our mistakes, and keep on improving day in, day out. There's no time to waste. Peace out.